What wins is hard work in those early states, letting people get to know you and having a message that resonates with them. And I've never had a problem communicating with people. I'm not going to have a problem when we get to January and February.
Governor, before we get to David Ignatius in Washington, who will have a really smart question.
All right, excellent.
I have a really dumb question.
Excellent.
Okay, so I'm on the New Jersey Turnpike, and I'm trying to get to the Vince Lombardi rest area without blowing out a tire. New Jersey needs road repairs. It needs bridge repairs. The Republicans have the highway bill coming up for passage, hopefully a 6-year passage at the end of October. Within the highway bill is a trigger for a federal gas tax increase in order to fund all these projects. The country is falling apart. The federal gas tax, I don't think, has been raised since about 1993 or 1994. Would you sign a bill calling for like a 1 or a 2 cent increase in the federal gas tax? I
think there's a better way to do it, Mike, and I think Congressman Ryan's talking about that. I think the repatriation of this $2+ trillion in American corporate profits that are offshore and have a one-time taxation of those. In our plan, we call for 8.75% taxation of that, and using a good chunk of that money to fund infrastructure would be the better way to go, because I think it's a twofer. Not only do you get the funding for infrastructure, but you also get a repatriation of that money back into the United States to help to create American jobs. And so I think that's the better way to go. But we're all going to be struggling, Mike, with issues of infrastructure. Now, in New Jersey, we spend $1.6 billion a year on infrastructure improvements. And we've done that every year that I've been governor. We're going to have to deal with our transportation trust fund as well in the course of the next year to year and a half. And we're going to have to confront all those issues as well.
But the infrastructure problem is not a one-time problem. We've cut our infrastructure spending in half in real terms over the last 20 years. And so why would you not, with gas prices at an all-time low, adjusting for inflation, why would you not put a significant, I'm not even thinking 1 or 2 cents, significant gas tax on, both to help with the global warming problem, to help with the energy use problem, and to fund a continuing program of highway repairs, infrastructure, and other forms of transportation?
Listen, if that's your rationale for it, I disagree with points 2 and 3, okay? And we have a fundamental disagreement about whether we need to raise gas taxes to deal with the global warming problem. I don't agree with that. The fact is, you're right, it's going to be an ongoing issue. I think we have an opportunity right now not to have to raise gas taxes, to let the American people have the enjoyment of these lower gas prices, have them be able to spend money on other things in the economy to help keep the economy moving along and maybe even get it to improve, and to repatriate this money into the United States in a way that's going to help also create American jobs. So, Steve, my view is that there's an opportunity for you to get more good out of doing this than just the narrow way that you're talking about. And so I think that's the way to fix the problem as it confronts us today. And but in the states, we're going to have to deal with this in other ways as well.